Most Dishonored playthroughs start out the same. Travel to the Middle Ages, applying excessive force to a group of peasants. Give the Covenant back their bomb. Or something like that. Defend the beaches of space Normandy from those filthy American... Wait, wouldn't this make you the bad guy? Retire to Square Argentina. Well, you'll be the best German grandpa a kid could ever have. And before you know it, it's been like 6 months since the Empress died, and you're cellmates with a piece of bread.
My name's Sarado, asshole.
Hey, what's up everybody, it's Halfpaw. I know it's been a while since I did a video. I was having some PC trouble, but luckily getting hit by a car solved that problem. Anyway, today we'll ask the question on everyone's mind. Can you beat Dishonored using only Wind Blast? Now as always, the rules are simple. Just use Wind Blast. Without further ado, let's begin. Now as always, it's time to ghost the prison. And the first step to successful ghosting is careful planning. And to be honest, that was pretty easy since my plan was to run. Eventually, life in the fast lane caught up to me when I couldn't get the yard key, and I was forced to load a save. Once I did decide to try again and actually become a ghost, I did so well, 2 dudes in a black Impala decided to show up. After that, it was time to pick up the conveniently placed bomb in the convenient unlock safe. You know, I'm starting to think this whole thing was an inside job. After that shocking realization, it was time to become the only carpenter brave enough to put a window in the prison wall and jump down into the sewer. After a brief swim through the 5th dimension, hop out of the water and spin the wheel to open the door, while just now realizing there's no physical way this system could work. Moving on, feed the main residents of New York City, and push deeper into the sewer until you can swim away into the open arms of Popeye the Sailor Man. After skipping ahead past the entirety of the Hound Pit's intro, it's time to eat our own version of Popeye's spinach in the form of being branded by the Night King's emo cousin. And here's where things finally get interesting. See, the first step to a Wind Blast run is to save the rune from the outsider for later. Next, jump out of the window and splatter against the pavement just to show Humpty Dumpty how it's done. After that, it's time to grab the rune from the rocks, followed by going up the stairs to see what Santa brought you. Sell your new toys to Piero for crack money, and head into town. Now it was about this point that I realized I could have just bought a rune from Piero and already had Wind Blast, but this mistake is easy to rectify by robbing a homeless woman. Take the rune from her basement, but make sure you don't get greedy. If you try for the second rune, she'll show up at the end to be a massive pain in the ass. From Granny's house, take the usual route down Bottle Street, and decide that crime isn't your problem today. Witness Iroh show why he's the Dragon of the West, and fulfill your destiny as a hooker by blowing a guy in the streets. 3 times to be exact. Use the windowsill to assume the position in Campbell's office and learn that a ceiling fan is not the most effective weapon for assassination. Finally get the job done with help from the stool and the $1 Million Baby, and leave Kurno to die. At least, I thought I did. He must have told him he found the last airbender or something. Attempt to save a witch from a group of overseers, but accidentally end up doing their job for him. Get into a firefight involving grenades and a light breeze, and grab the rune from the tool shed. Revert back to Plan A from the prison, and reach Samuel in time to warn him of the dangers of smoking. Upon return from the Hound Pits, I graciously accepted Callista's praise for rescuing her uncle like I totally meant to do. After heading into the sewers to show Weepers what a hurricane feels like, it's time to unlock the sequel to Wind Blast, 2 Blasts, 2 Furies.
So forget about it, cuz.
Now I'll be honest about the trip to the Golden Cat. It was boring, uneventful, regular. But then, I fell on this guy's head and we ended up here, in a free-for-all between drunks and whalers. It was a good time. After having some trouble with my escape, I eventually made it into the alley and gave the elixir thief the punishment she deserved before moving into the Golden Cat, stealing the key, and saving Emily. She won't be the only one blown away by this rescue. Move down to the sauna and take out the guards before blowing a load on Pendleton. Next, find yourself upstairs just in time for one of the least stealthy assassinations I've ever seen, before creating Dunwall's first $6 million man.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
It was after this incident that things became bloody, but not for me, unless you count Backsplash. Do a quick jog back to the boat, and it's time to kidnap Lincoln. And as always, Caldwell's Bridge is where my dreams go to die, with Sokolov being impossible to do anything to other than choke. And believe me, I know. I spent about a good 30 minutes trying to knock him down by sliding. Maybe you can get him with the Wind Blast level 1, but I doubt it. I mean, hell, I even tried to use a bottle execution style. Eventually, even I had to accept he likes it rough. and choke him out in exchange for a boat trip. Now, it's time to get ready for a costume party. Most people end their parties in a ditch. Unfortunately, we'll have to start in one. Hand in your negative coof test and head into the party. Hey, at least everyone's wearing a mask. I tried to use the process of elimination to find the right boil to pop by taking out black and then white, but I ran out of juice before I could get red and then was cornered to death. So I decided to wait for a 3-for-1 deal. Turns out it was white this time. Escape into the afterlife and then try again for the boat and head off to the Lord Regent. Walk up on Piero doing his best impression of a man with confidence and shake him down for all the Jamba Juice money can buy. After a short fishing trip with Samuel, learn that wind is ineffective against the rat horde. That'll be good to know for the upcoming war with Chuck E. Cheese. Continue onto the roof to get the same view as the man that ruined your life. You'd think they would have at least put a fence up by now or something. Make your way to the tower interior, but remember you promised the groundskeeper you'd feed the fish first. I'll be honest, I haven't explored in a while. Will someone in the comments let me know if this is the mission where you can fight the big ugly bastard? After making it inside, backhand Shaggy and Scooby-Doo with the force of a god and head up to the roof. Make your way to the storage room, play 5-finger fillet with the fuse box, and reveal the truth to Burroughs, that maybe he shouldn't have waited 6 months to kill the guy he fucked over. Turn him into a million little Burroughs, and then RIP this guy that thought he was built different. After that, some guy with an accordion walks up and starts bitching about how a kid ruined his windmill. I don't know what he's going on about. I almost lost my cool when I started blasting. But luckily, turns out bullets can't pass through electricity, because that makes sense. Eventually, I realized the guards worked part-time for the US Border Patrol, and began my quest to miss 100% of the jumps on my way back to Samuel. I mean seriously, just look at this. After taking out the Lord Regent, it's time to celebrate by getting fucked up with the boys. But don't worry kids, Corvo's just enjoying the cool refreshing taste of Pepsi made with real sugar. But unfortunately for him, he's diabetic. Watch your buds debate if you're worth the price of an insulin shot, before Samuel comes up to steal your wallet. Visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory after Charlie lost the house gambling, and finish up your tour of the chocolate river, avoiding the floating pieces. And meet Charlie himself, who clearly doesn't think you're worthy of a golden ticket. Wake up and blow away the Oompa Loompas guarding your cell, and find out even in death, we're all still running from something. Grab the key off the worst door guard in existence, and leave your equipment behind. It's dead weight anyway. It was around this time I knew I had to spare Dowd. I mean, he's got a factory to run, and the best way to do that is to skip him entirely. That's where things got hard. I fucked up ghosting this part of the mission so many times, and since I recorded this half a year ago, I honestly don't remember exactly how I finally did it. But I robbed that bastard and got the hell out of there. And by getting the hell out, I mean I took a brief train ride and was ready to head back to the Hound Pits. Since we didn't take the second rune from everyone's favorite dementia patient, we could simply go through the sewer gate, past the M&M fans vomiting mom spaghetti, and straight to the bar. After attempting to ride Cecilia, head after the pylon plans and play some Wii bowling.
Nice throw!
Turn the guards into fried potato skins, and reap the rewards of your work by unlocking Piero's shop, only to find out you have no money. Find out what happens after Piero and Sokolov have too much King Street brandy. Don't forget to rescue Callista, and at this point, I think it's safe to say it'll be raining on the next mission. Climb on board Samuel's boat and head to the island. After you arrive, find out why Samuel's not in Dishonored 2, and prepare to rush the Lighthouse. At this point, Wind Blast is so OP, I quit caring about any form of detection. It also helps that it's the last mission. Show Martin why you were in the band Earth, Wind & Fire, and keep ass blasting your way through the guards until you reach Pendleton's Glory Hall. Ask him if he remembers the 21st night of September, and move on to the elevator, where I actually have the key this time. Send a man skydiving, while unfortunately, a shot in the back sent me with him. Repeat the scene, and the same thing almost happens again. Head up the stairs of the lighthouse for the moment we've all been waiting for. As Havelock threatens to jump, take that option away from him. Save the day by taking a page out of Scar's playbook, and congrats, it's impossible to beat Dishonored with only Wind Blast. Thanks for watching, everyone, and now that I have a working computer again, I'm going to try to upload more regularly. Also, I'm going to look into recording the challenges on Twitch later, so look for me there. And as always, if you're new here, remember to like and subscribe, and to those that stuck with me for so long without a video, you are greatly appreciated. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.